The world politics today sounds insane. It is really insanity, especially if you look at the actions of the United States of America, the actions of Donald Trump. I mean, um, he is now suggesting that the United States of America should take over the Gaza Strip. I mean, a country which is 10,000 miles away from the Gaza Strip wants to take over the Gaza Strip from its indigenous people, the people of the land. So you ought to ask yourself when he makes these statements that we're all going to be seeing now, watch now on the short clips that I'm going to play just now. He can comfortably sit in front of a camera and say the Gaza Strip is now inhabitable, so the people of Gaza must be moved away, so that the United States of America, can take over the Gaza Strip. Think about it yourself. He is so comfortable in saying these things when he knows they are the ones who have destroyed and made the Gaza Strip inhabitable, which simply means they were doing this in order for them to take over the Gaza Strip. It means that was the goal from the start. All the fighting, all the wars, and they were supplying Israel, and Netanyahu was sitting right next to him, the one who destroyed the Gaza Strip. They committed a genocide in the Gaza Strip in order for them to take over the Gaza Strip. Now they are talking about rebuilding it and creating jobs and housing for people in the area. Which people now? Because you have literally suggested that you need to remove everybody from the Gaza Strip and take them to a different country and make them a permanent resident of that other country, whatever you are taking them. So it means the Gaza Strip is not gonna have anybody in the area. So what do you mean? Who is to benefit from this? It is simply for their selfish reason that they have carried out a genocide in the Gaza Strip for them to be able to take over and colonize and take over this place. It is insane that there is no international law in this world. There is no UN Security Council in this world. All those things are garbage and all those things are bullshit. Because at the end of the day, where is the UN when things like this are happening? Where is international law when things like this are happening?
Us will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it, all the site, and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up.
Them through massive amounts of money supplied by other people, very rich nations, and they're willing to supply it. If we can build something for them in one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, and it could be Egypt, it could be other countries.
If not Jordan, Egypt, what other countries you think might accept Palestinians from Gaza?
Well, I think Jordan and Egypt will. I know they've spoken about it with you, and they say they're not going to accept. I say they will.
People you're thinking about?
All of them. I mean, we're talking about probably 1,000,007 people, 1,000,007, maybe 1,000,008. But I think all of them. I think they'll be resettled in areas where they can live a beautiful life and not be worried about dying every day. I don't think people should be going back to Gaza. I think that Gaza has been very unlucky for them. They've lived like hell. They lived like you're living in hell. Gaza is not a place for people to be living. I think that Gaza maybe is a demolition site right now. If you look at Gaza, there's hardly a building standing, and the ones that are going to collapse. You can't live in Gaza right now, and I think we need another location. They want to go back, and I believe this strongly, is because they have no alternative. What's the alternative? Go where? There's no other alternative. If they had an alternative, they'd much rather not go back to Gaza and live in a beautiful alternative that's safe.
And you'll be shocked to hear some politicians in Africa, when we run into problems, calling on the United States of America to intervene. What United States of America? Is this the United States of America which you are inviting to intervene in your politics? Do you think they are going to help you in any way?